Good morning, everybody. This is Toucan Dragon, and welcome to Digi News. So, a couple days ago, the amazing people in the Digimon Rearise Discord have posted some news on what's coming to the game. So, before we begin, I just want to give a huge thanks to Ryu and everyone else in this Discord for keeping us really well informed. You guys are awesome. So, starting Monday on May 25th, or possibly late May 24th, we are getting a whole bunch of stuff dropping in the game. The first thing we're getting is this re-release of the Super Plugin Fest. If you weren't around for these plugins, they're actually pretty good. There are utility ancient plugins for speed and HP. If you haven't pulled for this banner, I think you should at least put 1 or 200 rupees into this, because yes, you have a chance to get these ancient plugins, but the drop rate for gold plugins are higher here than they are in the other banners. Next up, we have this new Step Up banner coming out, featuring a guaranteed calm Raguelmon at Step 5, and a new Digimon Rasielmon, which I believe is the good version of Raguelmon. You know how Digimon has a good and a bad version? I think this is kind of the same thing. She's a devoted Digimon. I'll go over her stats and abilities real quick in a bit. I actually kind of like her, but we'll go more into detail in a few minutes. And after that, we have the special login bonus, which is just extra items every time you log in, which is always nice. And now we're going to the abilities. So, Calm Raguelmon, to be honest, I don't see anything that special about her. The only thing that calls to my attention is the HP. Other than that, her tech is decent, her defense is okay, and her speed is the normal speed for Calm Digimon. So her stats aren't anything too crazy. Her plugins will help a lot though, give her more tech, speed, defense, and HP. And moving down to her main skill, she deals 340% damage to 2 enemies and increases Calm Allies crit by 30%. But the secondary effect after this kinda reminds me of Alphamon. She increases her own tech by 15% per use, up to 75% permanent. So it's kind of like Alphamon, where every time he uses an ability, he buffs up his power by 25%. But that's a difference. He goes up by 25%. Hers is less at 15%. On top of that, her attack stat isn't anything too great. It's decent, but nothing to run home about. Her sub skill is just a single target and a way to increase her tech again by 15%. Put on her passive, the basic passive that almost all megas have nowadays. The only exception is hers is very specific to Calm Digimon, but her second passive, increase one's own power damage resistant by 30%, permanent, but it's greedy. So at first glance, just by looking at her, there's nothing really that special about her. This would be worse if she wasn't in a Step Up banner. But since she's in a Step Up banner, she's your Mercy Mega. So, if you don't get Rasielmon on the way to the 5th step, this is your Mercy. So, because of that, she's okay. And now moving down to Devoted Rasielmon, she's interesting. Looking at her HP, looking at her stats are actually pretty good. They beat Devoted Raguelmon. She has more HP, she has more tech, higher defense. The only thing she's lacking is that speed. Her speed is down to the normal devoted Digimon, which is 12 or lower. Raguelmon was a devoted Digimon with the highest speed at 27. Well, devoted Raguelmon. Her plugins are pretty good. Tech and counter, defense and HP. But now going down to what makes her, what I think kind of worth pulling in the Step Up for. Not going broke, or not maybe chase worthy, but just enough pulls to reach your Step 5, and if you don't get her, you don't get her. But her skills are pretty good. Her main skill, she deals 340% damage to 2 enemies, decreases those enemies' defense by 30%, and she gives herself a self-revive. So when she goes down, she revives herself with 70% HP. But it's just once. So once in the battle and that's it, which it's completely understandable because if there's a cooldown on that effect, oh my god. Next, going down to her sub skill, she deals 210% damage to 3 enemies, but we don't care about that. This is what we care about. She recovers all allies' HP by 50%. On par, that's on par with Rasielmon and other good healing type Digimon that we have. So what she's trying to do here is keep constant healing. So first she'll want to activate her main skill to get all that done, to deal damage to 2 enemies, lower the defense by 30%, and give herself that self-revive. So once that's done, once your allies take damage, heal with her sub-skill, and once she goes down, because let's be honest here, she's devoted, she will go down first. She'll probably be the more squishy one in your team. So once she goes down, boom, she self-revives. And once she does that, again, you can heal again with her sub-skill. So it kind of keeps it somewhat constant. Her passive skills, her first 2 are okay. Her last one is pretty good. So the first 2 nullify all dot for calm and devoted allies. And her last one decrease all enemies tech damage resistant by 30%. So she will be really good in a calm team and def team. More specifically calm team, since she provides the nullification for any dot damage for calm allies. And this decrease all enemies tech damage resistant by 30%. This will help your Rasenmon, your Ulforce, your Guilmon deal a lot of damage. So she's pretty good, at least on paper. I like her stats. I like her abilities. It makes her special, makes her unique. And the passive does help with Calm Week and Def Week. With that said, I'll probably put in maybe a few rubies in this banner to try to get her. But I have a very strong feeling Pilgrimon Paladin mode is going to be releasing next month. Mostly because, if you think about it, now, this is just speculation. When Omegamon came out, who came out alongside him? Raguelmon. And Raguelmon had utility for Brave Digimon. Now, Rasielmon is a healer who's kind of generalized, but does have one small thing about her that makes her specific. Her passive, which is for all calm and devoted allies. This looks like Raguelmon's passive, well, devoted Raguelmon's passive, for brave and devoted allies. So this is just a hunch. So they could be releasing her first, and then the week after, once the clash battle's over, Paladin mode will release. Because she will pair very well with Paladin mode, since he is a calm Digimon, and she'll decrease all tech damage resistant, so he'll do more damage. But that's just a hunch. I don't know. I'm just guessing. But if I had to guess, it looks like it. It looks like they're prepping for it. At least to me. And let's see what else we have here. So next we have the new Eyes of Determination SDQ event with another cat, Meicoomon. She'll be free, and with her we'll get the SDQ limited summon banner. Now looking at Meicoomon's stats and abilities, it's nothing special to be honest. Her stats are the basic final rookie stats, but her passive I like. Her passive increase all brave allies max HP by 20% permanently. So basically, if you weren't around or if you missed Raguelmon's release for the Alphamon event, this makes up for it because they have the exact same passive, and we all know how good Raguelmon was back in the day with Alphamon. Imagine pairing Raguelmon with Meicoomon during Brave Week, with Alphamon, with possibly Crusadermon, and then put in your devoted Raguelmon, or if you want to be more bulky, Grand Quagmon, and you'll have a pretty good blockade going against your enemy. But mostly though, she'll be good for your Underworld, which her passive does help a lot with if you're running Pure Brave, which most likely you are because of the new Vmon that we got and the Agumon that we got. And her skills do help with buffs. Her main skill increases power of brave allies by 40%, and sub skill decrease all enemies power damage resistant by 30%. So she's a good buffer and debuffer. Plus with that passive, she looks really good. Especially for Underworld. And I'm pretty sure during Brave Week she'll do good too with that passive. And let's see, going down further, the old Underworld is finally getting new floors. And what's really cool about this is for 106 we're getting a green gold plugin. 110 we're getting material for Super Awakening for Devoted Digimon. For 117, Tenacious gold plugin. And 120, Tenacious material for Awakening. So I'm glad they brought this back, because I kind of missed the old dungeon. And I'm happy that they're adding these material as reward, because they're really hard to get in the current Underworld we have right now. Just because the drop rate is so low. It hurts my soul. And sadly though, you can only do these floors once, and that's it. If you're a new player, there you go. If you're an older player like me, you kind of already knew that. But just a heads up if you didn't know. And next, what else we got here? Okay, so we have the dates. So SDQ is here from Monday, May 25th to June 5th. So to the following week. And again, I feel like Meicoomon Paladin Mode will be releasing that week. If not June 5th, maybe a few days before, once the current Clash Battle ends. For the SDQ, or never mind, for the Battle Park, it looks like our 2 new Digimon will get a 10% stat increase. In the SDQ, Devoted Rasielmon will get 80% point boost. Guilmon 50% point boost. Brave Meicoomon 10, and Deft Rasielmon, if you got him the last SDQ, another 10 boost, which is nice. So if you played the last SDQ, you have a 10 boost guaranteed already. And after that, we have the typical SDQ challenges, just slightly modified to fit with Step Up Banner and Meicoomon. So 1 out of 3 is about the same, bits and stamina drinks, with a heartwarming egg at the end. 2 out of 3, we're getting some tickets on tier 2. We're getting Raguelmon's plugins on tier 5 and 7. More tickets on tier 9, and finally, as a completion reward, we get the free Meicoomon. And then at 3 out of 3, this is all for Meicoomon, basically. Her Brave Skill Stones and her plugins. And looking at this, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. You'll be able to get her to skill level 8 by the end of 3 out of 3. And once this is done, you'll get a Brave Skill Stone. Oh, and tier 9, you get 50 rubies. So that's kind of nice, I guess. Be better if it was 100. Just saying. And next in the item shop, to be honest, I'm gonna skip this because there's nothing really good in the item shop this coming week. Yeah, just they add some tickets in there with a little bit of protein. I don't think these are worth getting, because you get these DGV codes easy from the Clash Battle shop, or just by doing Clash Battle. These workout keys, if you save enough rubies and you pull for the plug-in boosters for Crusadermon or Dynasmon or boosters like those, then you'll get them with it. So, to be honest, all this here coming is worth a skip. You can just ignore all this. Even this right here, because again, this you could get in the Clash Battle shop. If not, farm for it in the Clash Battle. But this is what's cool over here. So, May 25th, Monday again, we're getting more plugins in the BP Metal Exchange. We're getting plugins for Brave Magnemon, Calm Black or Greymon, a second set of Calm Dynasmon's plugins, so watch him ascend to godhood. Meicoomon Dragon Mode's plugins, Fighting Mode's plugins, and Crusadermon's second set of plugins. So, yeah, if you have Crusadermon, then you probably purchased its plugin set from the shop, and now you have her second set right here. And after that, going down to the Clash Battle, we are getting DGV codes for Dragon Mode, Fighting Mode, Guilmon, and Rasielmon, so you could save your grinding and just buy them with the CB medals. And, yep, looks like that's about it, guys. Alright guys, well that's all the news that we have currently. Now I want to hear from you all. Are you guys going to pull for the new Step Up banner? And do you believe that the appearance of Rasielmon with her passive is a hint for Imperialmon Palette Mode being a Digimon for June? Let me know down in the comments below. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, then please hit that like button. And if you haven't already, then you should subscribe. But don't forget to click on that notification bell. This has been 2CanDragon, and if I can, you can too. Bye guys.